You guys, it's your boy Havoc, Fighter Rob. This is my prediction video. I'm probably gonna make another one once I realize how stupid this is. And you know, it's funny because someone called me a Mexican hater. That was interesting. And I commented back and I said, you know what? I have Canelo winning this fight. You know that, right? And now I'm changing my tune. I'm changing my tune, you guys, and I might need to check into a mental health institution after this video. You know what, you guys? I know Canelo Alvarez, on paper, it's an easy pick. Canelo all day, every day of the week. On paper, it's an easy pick. We can go down, I will go down the list of skills and attributes of each fighter and compare them to each other and see who has the most in each category, which is pretty apparent. There's something irking me about this fight though, and maybe I'm relying on my hunch too much, and this is still not about feeling, you guys. This is about, I think I see something that most people don't, but I could be absolutely wrong. And it's not because I hate Canelo or I want to build a wall to get rid of the Mexicans, okay? I'm a fan of Canelo. I like Canelo. Canelo is great for boxing. He's great for my channel. The most views on my video come from Canelo Alvarez. So I hope Canelo Alvarez fights for a while, and I want to watch his fights. I love how he's taken the Mexican style and mixed it with some American influence. It's amazing what he's done with that, and really showed that you can put pressure and be defensively responsible and bring the fight to your opponent without getting hit too much. So this pick is still not based off emotion. But I do not advise you guys to listen to me for this prediction. I don't. I don't. I need a pass from you guys. I don't want to lose credibility because I know what I'm about to do. But I've been pretty spot on with most of my predictions, and I've told you how the fights were going to end up to a T, which I was right about. But I'm asking for a pass. Now, everybody should have one prediction each year when watching these fights into choosing an underdog that essentially has no chance. It makes it a little bit more fun and interesting. And I think this is why I'm doing it. So give me my one pass, you guys, and forgive me. And yes, you can rub it in if I'm wrong. I believe, well, let me go down the line. I had Canelo Alvarez winning this fight by KO originally. 8th round stoppage. I saw it how most people see it right now. He was going to break him down to the body. He was going to get to the head and sleep him. Then I kind of evolved to Canelo Alvarez was going to get a TKO. The fight was going to be stopped by a cut over Caleb Plant's eye. Caleb Plant tends to cut easily, so I can see that maybe being a way out for Caleb Plant if he figured out the fight wasn't going to go down the way he thought it was. And now, somehow, I'm convincing myself that Caleb Plant is going to beat Canelo Alvarez by decision. I know. I need to be hospitalized. I'm totally aware. It was hard for me to say that because I feel like I'm giving up my reputation and I'm compromising my channel and I'm losing credibility. But I like to live on the edge a little bit, you guys. That's what I do. I mean, I box, I played football. I like, jumping out of planes and riding motorcycles and rock climbing. I mean, that's me, man. So every once a year, I gotta live on the edge a little bit. And I want to live on the edge with this fight. I want to live on the edge with this fight. So that's why I'm heeding warning. I usually tell you guys I will pick what I see on paper. But I'm asking for a pass on this one. I'm asking for a pass. And you know why I'm asking for a pass? Because it's so obvious. You don't need me to break this fight down. You don't need me to. You know. I mean, a lot of you can make the argument for yourself. It's so apparent. So that's kind of why I'm going out on a limb here. Because this is not a fight that I think is hard for most people to predict for themselves or break down for themselves. It's apparent to them. Like Anthony Joshua and Usyk, we could have said that was my one pick for the year of an upset, but I didn't really see that as an upset because when I broke the film down and I looked at Usyk, I genuinely saw somebody who was a better boxer. I think it was more shocking than an upset. And I think it was shocking because, and I think it was that way because most people didn't know who Usyk was. But if you really knew who Usyk was and he had the platform, I think you would have said, I think most people would have said, hey, this guy Usyk, he's better than Anthony Joshua. Nobody knew who Usyk was. I think that was the problem with that fight. I don't think that was an upset. Not in my opinion. In a sense it was, but Usyk was the better boxer, clearly. Now, Caleb Plant beating Canelo Alvarez is an upset. Why? Because there's no reason he should. There's nothing on paper that tells us Caleb Plant should win this fight. Even, I don't even know. If people talk about Caleb Plant fans, I have not witnessed a Caleb Plant fan. I haven't. I'm not a Caleb Plant fan. I barely knew who the guy was before this matchup happened. I seen him like once or twice on PBC, and I said, that guy's pretty good. I like what he does. But, you know, I wasn't a fan. I wasn't like following him or anything like that or watching his fights or highlights or anything like that. I started really paying attention to some of his past fights when he lined up with Canelo Alvarez for Undisputed. I'm in love with his potential, and I think that may be one of the things blinding me. And it's not even blinding me. I know rationally and logically who I should pick for this fight. But once again, you guys, you're smart enough to think on this one. This is a big matchup. You know who Canelo Alvarez is, and you see Plant, and you've come to your conclusions about him. So you don't need me to guide you on this. So I'm going to use my pass, my get out of free jail card on this one. Please forgive me, okay? I'm totally willing to take the criticism that comes after the fight is over with. But I'm going to live on the edge. This is my one fight out of the year. I'm going to say there's going to be an upset, and it's a genuine upset if it happens. Caleb Plant by decision. He has the right tools, you guys. Do I know if he's going to come in with the right game plan and strategy? Nope, I don't. Most likely he probably won't. My biggest issue is the experience. I genuinely, and I don't care if he gets knocked out with a jab in the first round. I'm going to stand by what I said. This guy has the right tools to beat Canelo Alvarez, or has the potential. Now, is that just potential is one thing, okay? But to realize that potential Saturday night is a completely different thing. I'm going out on a limb and I'm going to say he's going to reach his potential. That's what I'm going off of. Is he a complete boxer? Hell no. Do I think, hell, I see him struggling if he takes a fight with Benavidez, win or lose. He's one-geared to me. Caleb Plant is a one-geared fighter to me. Why? Because he fights off the back foot. That's primarily what he does. He doesn't, I wouldn't call him a style bender. He's a good gear, but he's one gear. But he has the right gear to give Canelo some problems. He has the right tools. And I truly adhere to this philosophy, and I know a lot of people don't. I know a lot of people go off of resumes, and I do too to a certain extent. But I believe styles make fights. And if you have the right styles, skills, and tools, you can overcome experience. And that's how some of these young guns coming up overcome experience. And beat some of these veteran fighters. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they lose, right? Or sometimes they go through a hard fight, they get knocked down. But how do they overcome that experience? Because they have all the skills and the tools to win, at least that particular fight. Now, is Caleb Plant, a complete fighter to where I think he can supersede, going up against anybody like Boots Ennis? No. Jaron Ennis is the complete package. I think he's ready for all the smoke. I think Jaron Ennis can face Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. I'm not saying he wins those fights, but I think he can compete just fine. He can make it close. Keith Thurman, Virgil Ortiz, I think he's ready for all the smoke. Why? Because I see all the tools in his arsenal. He goes into war, he has a knife, he has a gun, he has a pistol, he has a shotgun, he has a semi-automatic, he has a machine gun, he has a bazooka, he has a sniper rifle. When I see a fighter has all those tools, I don't care about experience. To a certain degree, but I think that can supersede it. Is Caleb Plant that guy? No. He's not that guy. He's a sniper. But I think that's what he needs to beat Canelo Alvarez. That sniper rifle in his arsenal. The question is, will he reach his full potential without building his resume? Because I know if this guy had a fight with Benavidez beforehand and say he won, I would give him a great chance at beating Canelo. If he had multiple fighters on his resume that were better, I would give him a great opportunity to beat Canelo. And that's what's so frustrating. It's like I see the potential, I see the tools, but the experience is not there. There's no pressure fighter that remotely emulated Canelo Alvarez. The best one was Uzcategui, or however the hell you pronounce his name. And even him, he did cut off the ring. He put relentless pressure, but he didn't use a jab, and he didn't go down to the body. Caleb Truax came forward, but I wouldn't call that relentless pressure. He looked like an old man. There was no speed or pop on his punches. He didn't cut off the ring. He didn't go down to the body. He didn't use his jab. And that fight with Caleb Truax is disgusting me for Caleb Plant. Absolutely disgusting that he didn't get Caleb Truax out. That fight makes me question my sanity right now. Because every time I look, and especially since it was his last fight, it drives me insane seeing that performance, because it makes me wonder why he shouldn't shine that belt up for Canelo Alvarez and hand it to him and walk away from the ring. Don't even step in. That last performance. This was disgusting. It made me want to throw up. Like, I get it. You're going to go up against some fighters who aren't on your level. But when you do, make a statement, put on a performance. And I felt like he kind of skated his way. Yeah, he did some nice things. He looked good, but it looked like he got tired and he wasn't even getting hit. Not even down to the body. He wasn't even getting hit upstairs and he was getting tired. I saw him try to push the gas pedal a few times, but he never committed to the idea of it. That should be a fight where you're working on a lot of nuances of your game or trying different things stylistically. And he just did what he felt comfortable doing. That fight makes me question my sanity to why I'm making this prediction. But I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to take a chance here. On top of that, it's going to make it that much more exciting to watch the fight than coming up with a basic prediction. So I'm asking for a pass, you guys. I'm asking for a get-out-of-jail-free card. I want to have a little fun. I don't always want to go strictly off the paper. I get one fight to do that. So throw out my prediction. This is more for entertainment, and you can sit there and make fun of how silly I was in it. Because on paper, you guys, I'm not stupid. You look at Canelo Alvarez. Let's go with the chin first. Who has the better chin? Canelo Alvarez, Caleb Plant. Easy. Canelo Alvarez. I saw Canelo Alvarez eat an overhand right from Triple G. Saw him eat an overhand right from Triple G, shake it off. I only saw him stunned one time in a fight. It was against Cotto early on in his career. Not Miguel Cotto, but the other Cotto. Plant, we don't know how great his chin is. We've seen him a little chin check, but we really don't know. We'll figure out Saturday. Speed. Some people would say Plant on speed. I would say Plant's more quick, but I wouldn't say he's faster than Canelo. I got to give speed to Canelo. Power, not even a conversation. We know who that goes to. Experience, not even a question who that goes to. Experience and power, Canelo. Ring IQ, okay, this is a little bit more interesting. Or let's go with footwork. Footwork, a little more interesting. I would say it's 50-50. They both have good footwork in their own ways, right? Caleb Plant has good footwork in terms of sticking and moving, staying on the outside. Canelo Alvarez has good footwork in terms of always being in position to hit and not be hit, staying properly balanced at all times, keeping the center of gravity. Ring IQ. Both have good ring IQ, but I got to edge that to Canelo Alvarez because I've seen Canelo Alvarez I've seen him fight in different ways. He's more than one gear. Okay, Caleb Plant, I've seen him fight off the back foot predominantly. Spurts, he'll go off and press forward at spurts. Very reminiscent of what Caleb Plant's one gear. Just like I think Errol Spence is one gear. Errol Spence, yeah, he's shown spurts he can fight off the back foot, but he plods forward most of the time. Same thing with Caleb Plant, only he moves backward. But I've seen Canelo do a lot of different things in that rings, which tells me how high his IQ is because he can pick up. He has a different understanding of different styles. And then the experience. Having that experience, you're going to know things that that a lesser experienced guy isn't going to know. So I give the ring IQ to Canelo. I'm not stupid. If you look at it on paper, Canelo. But I'm asking for a get out of jail free because I have a new philosophy I'm testing. Styles make fights, and if you have the right style, it can supersede a lack of experience. I want to test that out Saturday. I want to test that out. Although, remember this, I'm not saying Caleb Plant is a complete fighter. I'm just saying he has the right tools to beat Canelo. The big question for me is, will he execute the right game plan? Will he? Because this is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to end this video. Caleb Plant, if anything he does in that fight that I want to see him do, protect the damn body. Protect your body with that Philly shell. Take the risk of getting clipped up top, because either way, even if you're going to have to pick your poison, even if you protect your head and keep a high guard, he's going to rip you to the body, and eventually you're not going to be able to move, and he's going to knock you the fuck out. Protect your body at all costs. Trust in your chin, or put the benefit benefit of the doubt in your chin will hold up. I'm trying to dumb this down so I don't go into a whole soliloquy. Protect the body at all costs and do what you do best. Box off the back foot. And God, please say you're in shape for this fight, because if you're not in shape, this guy is going to take you to the fucking cleaners. If he doesn't come into shape in this fight, I will go over there myself and murder him. I will go to the hospital after he's been hospitalized from Canelo, and I will kick his ass while he's laying in bed. Please be in shape, Caleb Plant. But it's simple. Protect the body. You keep yourself in the fight. I can go into all the details. I did it in my breakdown already. If you want to check that out, check it out. It's long-winded. I apologize. That's why I'm trying to dumb this down. Protect the body. It's as simple as that. Canelo is beatable. I don't hate Mexicans. I don't hate Canelo. I just think he's beatable. And I think Caleb has the right style, the mix of his size and his skill set. I think could present issues, and I think he can overcome the lack of experience if he's mentally going in there to win and he protects his body. And I think everything will fall into place after that. Obviously, he needs to utilize his jab. Obviously, he needs to be creative with his movement. And I'd say one other key point, and this is why I'm so glad Andre Ward was in his corner, clinch. Clinch strategically. Don't clinch when you're just hurt or you're tired. Clinch strategically. Stifle Canelo's attack. You know what? Fuck it. Let's break it down. Caleb Plant's going to need to go in there. He's going to need to be in that Philly shell. He's going to need to work behind that jab. He's going to need to mix that jab up. He's going to need to move off the back foot and change it up for the first few rounds. He's going to need to wait to water down Canelo Alvarez, okay, because he doesn't want to sit there and engage with Canelo Alvarez in the first few rounds. So pot shot. When you do pot shot, throw a lead right hand, throw a lead left hook, tie up immediately after. Why? So Canelo can't come back with anything. So he can't counter you with anything. Hold on for dear life till the ref comes in, splits you two up, and then move back to the center of the ring and reset. Rinse, lather, repeat. Always work your way back to the center of the ring if you're Caleb Plant, especially in the first few rounds. Never get caught in the corners. Never get caught with your back to the ropes, because those are traps. Those are ways Canelo is going to be able to sit you down and corner you and rip body shots. So always make your way back to the center of the ring until he gets watered down in the fight. Make sure you match his body attack. If he attacks you to the body, Caleb Plant needs to attack to the body. He needs to, or double down on it. Make sure you're lowering his stamina level as much as he's trying to lower your stamina level. Because even if he's wearing you down to the body, if you're matching him, at least you two will be even as the fight goes on. And it's going to be a matter of who wants it more. Okay, you get to those middle rounds, that's when you want to start taking some chances, letting your hands go. Always take those chances at the last 30 seconds or the last 10 seconds of the round. That way, if you do get caught with a punch, if you do get hurt, the bell will save you. Hopefully you don't get flatlined, but the bell will save you. You live to go to the next round and you get back in there. Okay, those later rounds, that's when you're going to start sitting on your punches a little bit more, hanging out in the pocket a little bit more, whether it be in the center of the ring with your backs to the rope or to the corner. You can take that risk. Utilize that Philly shell. Cover up well. Counter with the straight right. Come with an uppercut. Simple shit, man. Frustrate him. If he sees you're not going to make it, if you're going to make it to 12 rounds, Canelo will abandon his game plan. Canelo will get desperate. He'll pull back. He'll try to walk you into punches. He'll lose sight of what he's doing. He'll start putting extreme pressure on you because he's getting frustrated. And that's a good sign. Now, if he's putting pressure because he sees blood in the water, that's different. But if he's putting pressure because he feels like he can't get to you and he's winging shots and throwing the kitchen sink at you, that's a sign of desperation. Those last 2 rounds, you get back on the back foot and you skate your way to victory. And then at the last 30 to 10 seconds of the round, you steal it. Caleb Plant has to take chances at the end of each round, more so starting in the middle of the fight, because you don't want to deal with that heat that Canelo will bring at 100%. Steal rounds at the last 10 seconds. Press forward, hang in the pocket. Show your dominance. The difference that will be compared to Irislandy Laura is that you took chances. You took chances and you showed your dominance and aggression. Even that, it's a tall task because you may not get the favor on the scorecards. But get to the 12th round and who knows? He's going to be walking up the tightrope for 12 rounds. 12 rounds. I think he can do it. I think he has the right tools. Will he implement the right strategy? I don't know. But I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say he will. And I'm glad he had Andre Ward in his corner, because I think Andre Ward gave him a lot of subtle tips that he probably wouldn't have known if he didn't talk to him. I'm interested in why there's a rematch clause. If you know you're going to wash through this guy, why do you need a rematch clause? That made me very intrigued. Yeah, I'm picking Caleb Plant. Forgive me. I know I lose a little credibility with this one, but this is it. You don't need my guidance on this fight, you guys, because you know how you see it. But I'm testing something out for myself, a new theory. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I will be ready for all the smoke that you guys are gonna throw at me if Caleb Plant gets waxed. But I'll tell you what, I won't look too bad if he makes it to the scorecards. And that's the thing. Even if it goes to the scorecards, it's not guaranteed that Caleb Plant outboxed Canelo, you guys. Canelo can still beat you on the scorecards. But it would make my prediction look a little bit less stupid. Even though it's not coming from a stupid place. I know on paper that Canelo, easy peasy, should be the choice. But like I said, this is the one fight I'm gonna go out on a limb for. This is the one fight I'm gonna live on the edge. Maybe it's because I'm bored. Everybody's picking Canelo, and I'm not just picking Caleb because everyone's picking Canelo. I'm picking Caleb because I do think he presents something stylistically. Usually I don't pick the fighter in Caleb Plant's position because you have to show me something I can work with in terms of your resume. But this one, I'm gonna go out on a limb for. This is your boy Havoc, final round. I'm now going to check into a mental health facility because I'm losing my mind. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, comment below. Tell me if there's any mental health facilities in Los Angeles, California I can check into. Get at me.